In this episode of Rodeo, it's a reunion for a top bull rider and his ailing mom.
I wasn't used to not having those letters and phone calls from you every day.
I know, huh?
And a novice cowboy has finally come home.
That was terrible. It was absolutely horrible.
Plus, a desperate, busted-up bronc rider is bound and determined to win.
I don't want to quit because I've worked too hard this year.
With the end of summer comes the last stage of the Pro Rodeo circuit, where those still standing take their few remaining runs at making the Canadian finals, the CFR. In cowboy terms, it's the showdown. The Armstrong Rodeo and the Calgary Tour finals will decide who goes on and who goes home. For 24-year-old bull rider Ty Elliott, Armstrong is more than a rodeo. It's a long-awaited reunion.
I'm really anxious to see Ty. He's been in Brazil, and I'm just anxious to talk to him. We've had very little communication with him, and he's the kind of guy that phones just about every day, so we really miss him.
Ty's been away for almost a month, representing Canada at an international bull riding competition in Brazil. He took the place of his friend and fellow competitor Chad Bestplug, who injured himself just days before departure.
I just pretty much knew that the season was over. Wasn't going to Brazil.
You know, it was heartbreaking for all of us not to have him with us.
Ty's absence has been especially difficult for his mom, who's battling pancreatic cancer.
All the stuff put together, it really worked for her.
How was Brazil?
Well, it was an experience.
Yeah, I wasn't used to not having those letters and phone calls from you every day.
I know, huh?
Yeah, you look great, hon. You're healthy and everything's
Yeah, no, I
good.
probably lost 10 pounds over
The
there.
food wasn't that great, huh? So nice to see you.
Thanks, man. Yeah, you look great.
Thank you. No, I've been feeling really, really good.
Good.
And she has some good news to share.
We had a really good report from the specialist we went to see here last Thursday, and his wording was, he looked Mona right in the eye and he said, "Mona, you're defying all predictions."
The reports that I've had from both of my CAT scans, it is shrinking, and it's miraculous that that's happening. I think with the support of my family and friends and all the prayers that have been going out for me, I do feel that it's helped.
Hey, Ty, welcome home. How was your trip? I'm real close to my family, probably closer than the average guy is, so I'm pretty happy to see her today.
Well, it's nice to have you home.
Yeah, hey, nice to be home.
Yeah, good.
It's awesome that I just talk to somebody that can speak English. Communicate finally without using hand signs.
Armstrong is not only Canada's best neon nighttime rodeo, it's one of Ty's last chances to make the CFR, and to do it before a very special crowd.
Armstrong is the closest thing to hometown rodeo I have. You know, there's Falkland, which is about 45 minutes away, but I just live 20 minutes down the road, so, you know, this is kind of home for me, and this is kind of the premier rodeo for BC, and everybody comes to it, so for it to be at home is pretty cool.
We'll ride good tonight, huh?
I will, thanks.
Yeah, you bet.
Hey, look at this! Ty Elliott, Vernon
Ty scores an 83, good enough to win $1,800 and warm his mother's heart.
83.
Ty. There he is. I was looking for you. Good job tonight, hon.
Thanks.
Very good.
I finally stayed on one here.
Did you hear the crowd cheering for you?
Yeah.
What we've gone through this year has been definitely a very unique experience for us as a family. And it's made us stronger, I think, as a family. It's a pretty hard thing to explain, but it's been a great experience. Been a great experience, if as silly as that might sound. But I'm getting better, and Ty's having an awesome year. What can I say? Yeah, it's all been good.
It's a full weekend of rodeo, and barrel racer Kendra Eady with her horse captain have arrived at Armstrong. This is her last attempt to get positive and get into the finals before time runs out.
It's absolutely beautiful here, and they put on a great rodeo, so I'm excited to be here.
Donuts, donuts, donuts. Where are they?
I want to find a bank machine.
Finding her smile has not been easy for Kendra. After another poor ride at Strathmore, she dropped to 9th place, and with her parents' recent separation, Kendra nearly called it quits.
I'm this close to having the finals made, but I'm this close to throwing in the towel.
After retreating to her ranch, Kendra and Captain finally rested, but the need for financial security threw her back into the arena.
I have pretty much been living on my winnings, but it doesn't take long. It goes fast.
Kendra is at least confident that the rest did Captain some good.
I think he's doing pretty darn good right now. He's just back to himself, liking life, and just relaxed again. And I think he's ready to start performing again.
Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada.
With the season nearly over, it's time for Kendra to summon her strength, lean on Captain, and trust that they can turn things around.
This rodeo is just got a feeling about it. You're under the lights and it's dark and the crowd is just electric, and you can just feel all the energy in the air, and your horse definitely can too, because they get wired, and it's just a really great feeling.
Look at that. 16:45, I believe she just did it. Put her down there in the 4th spot. Nice run, Kendra. Nice run.
Across a second.
Good work, dear.
He had lots of steam coming home, and the only flaw in my run really was I was maybe a hair wide on my 3rd, and I tripped running across to 2nd. So, but those are all little things, and I'll take a 45 in this arena. It's winning 4th right now, and I need to win.
What you've been working on worked, and your horse is happy, and you're happy.
For Kendra, the $700 payout takes her regular season winnings to just over $20,000 and a ticket to the CFR. The Calgary Tour Rodeo is the last rodeo of the season, and for some cowboys, their final chance to qualify for the Canadian finals. But this last attempt at a CFR spot isn't just on the minds of the cowboys.
I want them 4 barebacks on the front.
We're done. We're out of here.
The stock contractors who supply the horses and bulls are also eager to get their animals on the CFR roster, including Wayne Vold.
The more animals I get there, the more money I make, and that time of the year is a good time to make money.
Wayne stock will have to show what they're made of in Calgary.
It's very important that they do well, because if they don't do well, there's a chance that they could get kicked out of the CFR, and that wouldn't be so good.
As Wayne gets his stock lined up and ready for the largest indoor rodeo to begin, across town, the Thurston family anxiously await for someone special to arrive.
Wyatt's been at college for a month down in Riverton, Wyoming, and tonight Wyatt will ride one last bucking horse to see if he can qualify for the Canadian Finals Rodeo.
I think he's going to look the same, Tess? He'll probably look all different. He'll probably have a beard or something.
18-year-old saddle bronc rider Wyatt Thurston is the first of the Thurston kids to head to college on a rodeo scholarship where he's getting a general education and sharpening his bronc riding skills.
It's the next step in a competitor's rodeo career. Like, my goal is to be a world champion.
It's a move that means more than missing just rodeo.
He's going to miss out now on summer growing up.
We've been really missing him. Well, I'm hopefully going to try to not mother him and nag him and just, you know, we're going to go eat and have a good visit, and that'll be great.
After 13 hours, through 2 states and a province, Wyatt finally arrives.
I have fun down there, but I'd like to get back and see my friends and family.
Hey.
Hey, Tess. What are you? I miss my little sister a lot. She's pretty fun, and she could always help everybody to have a good day.
The Calgary Tour Finals is the last big rodeo of the regular season, and Wyatt's one remaining shot at the CFR.
So what do you think?
This is make it or break it. This is everything in 8 seconds, I guess. This is one shot, one ride.
Saddle bronc rider Dustin Thompson is down to his last shot at making the CFR. The last rodeo of the season will decide if he cracks the top 12 and makes the finals.
I've still got probably $1,000 I need to win at Calgary, so not only do I got to get on, I got to be at the top of my game. I'm riding against the 11 other best cowboys in Canada this weekend on the best horses.
But just when he needs to be hitting his stride, Dustin is limping into Calgary.
That's the knee?
Wobbly, but good.
Wobbly.
You're walking good.
Yeah.
Always wobbly, ain't it?
Yeah, it's worse that you got to depend on the old bad one for your good one.
Since his head-crushing CFR accident, Dustin has been slowly climbing his way back up, and this was supposed to be his redemption year. But success was hard to find.
If a guy wants to win the Canadian title at the end of the year, you can't blow opportunities like that.
Riding into Hannah, he was already nursing a bad knee when disaster struck. And he blew out his good knee.
I knew that horse was a piece of shit, to be honest. I wouldn't have done it any other time of the year, but the things you'll do when you're on the bubble and trying to make the finals.
Dustin tore his MCL, the major ligament that stabilizes the knee joint. Doctors gave him a brace and ordered rest, a devastating blow late in the season.
It's such a kick in the ass. We work all year to get to this point, and then to think that your season could possibly be over. It's just something that's heartbreaking, and I don't want to quit because I've worked too hard this year.
With his chances of qualifying hanging by a thread, Dustin is putting it all on the line and decides to ride again, bad knee and all.
Oh, there's definitely a chance that I can injure it more this weekend. I could tear it completely through, which would require surgery, but I'm gonna have a brace and tape, and hopefully that'll work, and it's a chance I'm willing to take, you know.
For Dustin, it's knees braced and bandaged up like never before.
I just want it to work. I'll leave it on forever if I have to.
He has a second-degree MCL tear, and so that's a ligament on the inside of his knee, and so we're trying to add some tape or some support to the inside of his knee to prevent further tearing and to make it more comfortable during his ride.
Well, the problem is right back here. Right. Under normal circumstances, we would advise him to go home and rest, but seeing this is a special event, this is his last chance to make the finals. So we'll give him a chance to do that. Okay. Good.
Thank you very much, sir.
See you.
I ain't gonna lie,
never seen this before.
No, no.
We've never done this before.
Oh, good. They're making me an MCL.
He said. Like that?
I love it. Who needs surgery when you just tape a ligament on? Hopefully all better.
How's it feel?
Feels a lot more stable than it did. It's definitely not foolproof by no means, but it's going to help. I know there's a chance it's going to hurt, but just block it out and worry about riding good.
There's not many cowboys I know of all the years I've been around rodeo that can ride hurt. You know, it just doesn't. They might be able to go through the motions. How much they win, if you look at the stats and what they win, I'll guarantee it's not much.
Dustin has no choice. He needs to beat the odds. Dustin's injury gets the best of him. Victory eludes him on his first ride.
No surprises, I don't think. I think he's hurting too much. He didn't even move that leg. He didn't even move it, so. And that horse was a nice horse.
I think just being hesitant, not knowing what's going to happen, and on a horse like that, you just can't do that. I kind of found myself sitting there waiting for something to hurt, you know, and it didn't, to be honest, but just it's kind of a mistake on my part.
Dustin has one last ride here in Calgary. One more chance. And even though his body's breaking down, he won't give up.
I tell you what, if I bring my A game tomorrow, I don't see any reason why I can't do good. We've seen where fear got me today, so, and tomorrow is make or break, so go get him.
It's bull riding time at the Calgary Tour Rodeo.
Gonna be some good bull rides tonight. So everybody's gonna make a drive for the championship. So, and that's good, you know, it gets everybody going, and that's what it's all about. That's why we're here.
15-year veteran bullfighter Scotty Byrne has landed in Calgary to do what he does best: battle the beasts. The job of the bullfighter used to belong to rodeo clowns. Now, clowns are simply entertainers, while bullfighters have assumed one of the most dangerous jobs in the world.
Lots of times when the cowboy gets off or gets thrown off, they're kind of disoriented, don't know where they're, getting up to run to. It's my job to actually lay my body on the line to make sure that they can get up, get out safe, and go on to ride another day.
Scotty Byrne is, definitely probably one of the premier bullfighters we have in Canada, and he's probably one of the best in the world. And that's why we like having him at the CFR here to save our butts.
But unlike the bull riders, Scotty's not here to win points or money for the CFR. He needs to win votes.
We're voted in by the top 15 bull riders in Canada, and it's pretty cool to get that letter to say that you've been chosen as one of 2 bullfighters to go to the Canadian finals. And there's no bigger pat on the shoulder than that. Good job, Pank.
Back in Calgary, Scotty is out to prove his fighting mettle and get that letter.
Today was an extreme wreck because in my 15 years of fighting bulls, nobody has ever seen a bull rider get a spur hook in the rope, then get out of the rope and hook in the flank, and that's what happened today. Just react and do whatever you can do to get him out. He's not hurt, and he can go on and ride another day healthy, and I always say that's my job, to make sure those guys can do that.
And it's saves like that that'll get him to the Canadian Finals Rodeo.
Yeah, I think I earned it today. Yeah. I'm not patting myself in the back or anything, but I think it couldn't have gone any better.
You guys are my heroes.
Thanks. Thanks.
24-year-old Ty Elliott has arrived at the Calgary Rodeo at the top of his game and ready to make a run for the finals. After winning this rodeo in 2008, he's hoping to be champ once again.
I can stay focused and beat that mind game the rodeo has going for it. Yeah, I'll be able to be successful. That's kind of what I've been trying to do all year, and this last part of the year has kind of been working more in my favor.
Lately, it's not only Ty's professional life that seems blessed from above. His private stars have also been aligning. Ty's mother, who's battling cancer, continues to improve. And he and girlfriend Haley Keenan might be heading down the same path his parents took more than 30 years ago.
When Mona was, when we were your age, I didn't buy her a lot of stuff because I really felt she looked okay the way she was. But
Just recently, Ty and Haley took the next big step. They rented a ranch in rural Alberta where Big Sky and mountains offer a retreat from the rodeo world.
All my friends have been kind of telling me, like, you're crazy for moving in with your girlfriend and stuff, but to tell you the truth, it's way better than I expected, even though it's awesome living with Haley. She's great to live with, and we get along awesome. Have a good day?
Yes.
Good. Okay, I'll go catch my horse.
It was a shock to move in together, but so far it's been really comfortable, really easygoing. We're both pretty compatible to each other, so it's great.
There's just two of us here, so we don't really need a real big spot, and there's lots of places to keep our horses, and I wouldn't change a thing.
Now at the Calgary Tour Rodeo, with his mom and Haley in the stands and his dad and brother by his side, Ty needs to trust his stars and make the rides. At 86.5, a near perfect ride, and a proud moment for a father who was a bull rider himself.
his confidence level's really high. He's healthy. He's just doing really good. He's getting better all the time. He's really coming into his own.
This first round puts Ty in first place and pays $3,000. But there's still plenty of competition and lots of the toughest bulls in the business.
Got a bull called Before Dark at Calgary. It's a big bull. Never been on him yet, but I just gotta stay calm and keep my head straight.
One more solid 8 seconds, and Ty will win the night.
Sometimes 8 seconds feels like a long time, and sometimes it feels like you can ride them all day. If you're in that right spot, there's no stress on your body, and when you get off, it feels like you haven't done a thing. It's awesome.
Are you ready for this? Elliott has a score of 88 1/2.
He's got everything going for him. He's got the confidence, he's having fun, and he's got the talent. And when all three of them things meet up, it's hard to beat a guy like that.
Ty Elliott has triumphed once again at the Calgary Tour Rodeo. This bull riding champion wins a check for $6,000, bringing his total earnings this year to just over $28,000, and guarantees a spot at the Canadian Finals Rodeo.
Thank you. Congratulations. Oh, thank you very much. You bet, I'll be there. Thanks.
Tonight, I'm getting on at the Tour Finals in Calgary, hoping to seal my shot in the CFR.
Wyatt's back from college for the Calgary Tour Rodeo. One last ride will determine whether he makes the finals or not, a rare feat for a rookie.
It'd be really cool at my first year to make it out of all the kids that I rodeoed with through high school rodeo and amateur rodeo that all cracked out in the novice this year, and they're all way down there, and I have a pretty legit shot to make it.
In Pro Novice, only the top 3 make it. And despite a roller coaster season, Wyatt's been able to hang on to 3rd place. But there are other novice riders behind him eager to steal his spot.
Wyatt Thurston's in 3rd hole, and he's got 3 guys behind him, so it's really important for Wyatt here to make a ride here tonight to make the CFR.
To go on in both the Canadian Finals Rodeo and versus the Calgary Stampede next Sunday. A whole bunch of changes in the Canadian Stampede.
He's only got to put 110% out for 8 seconds, so if he can do that, it's all his.
The Thurstons are out in full force, eager to see Wyatt succeed, because a CFR without a Thurston would be a disappointment.
It's very ingrained in our family to be a part of the CFR. We've been there in every capacity you can imagine over the last 25 years. It's always great to be there and have a reason to be there.
Stay back and be aggressive. Stay back and lift. Try hard. Good spur out. 8 seconds all the way. Don't quit.
This is Wyatt Thurston, number 3 in Canada.
Wyatt just couldn't make the 8-second mark. A disappointment all around.
That horse in the goal riding to the Calgary Stampede holds each year down in Brooks, Alberta. That's the horse that Jim Barry won all the Cookies. This one tough way to go out. And it might be the door for this guy.
Oh, wasn't that great? Should have stayed back and lifted more. Oh, disappointed a little bit. Yeah. But he knows what he did wrong. I mean, some days are diamonds and some days are stones. You all right? Didn't he quit lifting?
My parents might have been disappointed in me a little bit, and very stressful. It puts a lot of hard work to end up with nothing like that.
He's just got to wait, sit down and wait and see what everybody else does from here on out.
His only chance is right now is there's 2 guys that are behind him. If they buck off, he'll make it. So that's his only chance right now.
2 novice riders to go. 16 seconds left to determine who moves on and who goes home.
So you got to sweat one more guy.
The Thurstons are on the edge of their seat. If this novice rider bucks off, Wyatt's on his way to the CFR.
Oh, just right.
You dodged the bullet, Wyatt.
Oh my God! That wasn't pathetic.
Unbelievable.
Yeah?
Just right. He got saved by the bell right there. All 3 guys that were going to pass him bucked off. He's a pretty happy kid. CFR bound.
Wyatt gets to go to the Canadian Finals. He gets to go to the CFR.
Good job, buddy.
Although he made it, it's not exactly how the Thurstons would have liked to see Wyatt lock up a spot for the CFR.
I wish he would have made it in another way, you know, as opposed to having everybody fall off or buck off. But I mean, he made it, and that's good. You know, I mean, the final results were what we want, but it's not really the way I'd like to see him do it.
That was terrible. It was absolutely horrible. I wish all 6 of them would have rode and it would have come down to a ride contest.
Thanks, Grandma.
I'm really, because I think it was probably myself that put the most pressure on Wyatt to put his name in the hat and go do it. And I kind of pushed him to do it, and I knew he'd be disappointed if he didn't make it, but I'm really glad it worked out the way it did.
Go to the CFR in Edmonton. Woo!
Dustin's back in the arena with his entire season on the line.
Oh, we got one left. It's kind of make or break tonight. I'm just gonna throw caution to the wind and hopefully it works out. So yeah, just get on, and tonight's the night. I mean, either I do it tonight or I don't.
This is his last chance to clinch a spot at the CFR. Last night, with both knees injured, Dustin tried to ride through the pain.
To be honest, I felt sore, but there's no sense being hesitant tonight because we've seen that it didn't work yesterday, and it's go for broke today because really that's all I got left to do. I mean, it comes down to one horse.
Dustin's drawn a tough horse, so he's not going to risk it. He'll get some help from the doctors to mute the pain.
So we're going to inject him with a little bit of exalocaine just to take off the edge off the pain and allow him to perform to his maximum.
I don't know, I'm so nervous. It's not even funny.
Okay, so now we're going to inject it. How does it feel?
Yeah, I can't feel it.
Can't feel anything at all?
I sure appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, good luck. Wouldn't normally do this for a normal, regular athlete, but you do find, you know, athletes in high performance sports where the stakes are high, they will also do this occasionally.
Going to be one of the biggest days of his career, you know, making Edmonton or not, and with everything that's on the line, I would probably think that you're going to see a pretty good Dustin Thompson show up today.
It's the last day of the Calgary Tour Rodeo, and the last chance saddle bronc rider Dustin Thompson has to get into the Canadian finals.
If I can just block my knee out, I think it's there for the taking.
Even with both knees badly injured, nothing will stop him from this do-or-die ride. His heart's broken, his body's broken, and his season is over.
He's in a lot of pain right now. I want you to ease his discomfort.
I'm not gonna lie, it frickin' hurts right now bad. I tried to go, but I just got no action to it. With that, you can't be just sitting there trying to, you know, it's one of them deals.
He got out of there lucky, not hurting worse than it, even worse. But Dustin's done now for a while. He's going to have to get surgery. So we might not see Dustin to the CFR for another 2 years. So, and it's going to be tough on him.
Dustin's hopes for redemption have ended in disappointment.
It went terrible. I mean, it just didn't work. There was no way it could, you know. But I didn't know that till I went and tried it, and it's just too bad.
With less than $15,000 won this season, Dustin will need a regular job to make ends meet.
You got to go to work or do whatever, and that's a hard pill to swallow because we pride ourselves in saying that we make a living at this, and then to end up with something like this. I'm not going to say it doesn't bug me, but there's nothing I can do about it now.
Weather sucks.
I felt like my season this year compared to last year, I did a lot better. I placed at almost half the rodeos that we went to this year. You know, I placed at 25, which is more than I've ever placed at in a year. They were all little checks, you know, but I felt a lot more consistent, and it's just something to deal with and work on for next year.
Someone over here too.
Despite 2 torn-up knees and being forced to watch from the sidelines, Dustin is keeping his dreams of redemption alive for next year. Over in Longview, Alberta, a new day rises, and Kendra Eady is bothered by a blanket of late autumn snow.
It's depressing when the snow flies because it's cold and it's just hard to get motivated to go out and ride.
Kendra has clinched a coveted spot at the CFR, and now she has to prepare.
Between now and the Canadian Finals Rodeo, I have Captain on a pretty strict fitness program, more or less making sure that he's physically fit so he can handle 6 runs in a row. I know these 6 runs are tough on a horse, so my goal is to just be on top of that and have him fit.
Just to ensure Captain is ready to race,
Hello.
Kendra has called in a holistic healer to deal with Captain's emotions through energetic touch.
And so just ground yourself, so just picture roots growing out of your feet.
Kendra wants the healer to release the stress of the season and put all the bad times behind them.
If I feel anything kind of blocked or not moving correctly, then it's just really gentle movements. So that's all I do, is kind of tap into his physical body, but then also tap into kind of his energetic body and try and get it all flowing energetically. I treat more people than horses, but well, I try and put my brain out of the way and just put my hands on and see what I get. Yeah, I think it's just like he doesn't want you to ramp it up. It's like what you've been doing so far is really good, so don't stress him out. I think it's more you. Don't stress you out, right?
Only time will tell whether this therapy will work, but it has brought Kendra to an important realization.
I'm the crazy one. Apparently, that's the way it usually goes, is if your horses or animals or anything need help, it's actually you. Because they carry your emotions and will show them before you ever do. He's probably like, damn it, get her over here so I can get this crazy lady fixed.
He's just feeling, yeah. He's like, you know, he just feels like he feels really safe.
Now that Kendra thinks that Captain is ready, she can only hope that she can match his form for the finals.
It is just another 3 barrels in another arena, and to just not get caught up in trying to be so perfect and do so good.
Come on, Tessa, let's go.
As November sets in, Wyatt Thurston is spending some time at home before he heads to Edmonton and his first competitive CFR.
You know, you don't think you'll miss them, but you do. It's kind of a little hole in the family, but it's good to have him back.
Come on, horse. There you go. Good job, Tessa. Yeah, I miss being home with my family. I miss all my friends, and I miss Tess. I miss Tess a lot.
At the outset of the year, when Wyatt put it in his mind to try to make the CFR, there would have been a huge disappointment, I think, for us had he not accomplished that goal, because it would have been one less connection to our favorite event of the year.
I wouldn't say I'm nervous, maybe to compete, but not to be at the CFR. I was already been there 5 times trick riding.
Wyatt performed at the finals with his brothers, the Thurston Gang.
There was days we threatened to whip them to get them back on the horse to do it, because we knew what they're capable of.
But Wyatt isn't the only Thurston that will be out in front of the crowd at the CFR this year.
I'm trick riding at the CFR, I'm gonna do the hippodrome.
For the hippodrome, the trick rider must stand on the horse's back while it's in full gallop.
You ready, Tess?
Yeah, take your whip. Wyatt, help her get him started.
Yeah.
He's all right.
Wyatt said to me before we went down there, Mom, I don't know if Tess can do this. You know, asking her to do that at the CFR, I'm a little worried.
Stand up!
Good girl. Stay up.
Put your hands up like an angel! Like an angel! Woohoo! Holy darn it, Tess, you are good!
Okay, sit down, Tess.
Sit down!
It's very gratifying, and it's neat to watch Tess do what her brothers did. That's what she watched them do right from the day one when she was born. They started trick riding before she was born, and she was born into that.
Good job!
Holy. You excited? Are all the people gonna cheer really loud?
I hope so.
For a 5-year-old, it's pretty amazing. She's pretty darn good. Got amazing balance. Probably one of the best hippodromes I've ever seen. Better than any of us could ever do it. I'll be really nervous with the CFR though. That'll be pretty. It'll be pretty neat. See her out there. Oh, I'm gonna get her. He ropes her. He gets her down. He gets her in the stacks of legs.
He's so far away, and he's gonna miss a lot of Tessa's growing up from here on out, but that won't change their bond any. That's kind of the magical thing about being siblings is distance, miles, time. It doesn't really change that.
I'm hungry. Been starving at college all this time. Nobody to feed me. Because I'm broke.
And he just got the
Break something now, quick.
You're pinching me! Okay, sit down. Everybody come and sit.
As the family gathers on the eve of the CFR, their hopes and dreams of success rest on Wyatt and little Tess.
Hopefully it's going to be a great finals. I feel pretty confident in my ability right now, and it should be pretty good. Lord, we just thank you for our food and bless this family. Just in the next coming weeks, just help us to enjoy the opportunity that we get to be at the CFR, Lord.
Oh, I hope he goes there and has a great week. It might not happen, and it might be an uphill battle all week. But I just hope that he goes, he gives it his best shot, and then we'll let the chips fall where they may.
Amen.
The Lord is good to me, and so I thank the Lord for giving me the things I need, like the sun and the rain and the apple seed. The Lord is good to me. On the apple seed. Amen.